And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Mets taking on the Minnesota Twins. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against this guy, and the way he's pitching, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So just about set now. And on the mound in this one, Joe Ryan. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA. And you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out. And not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
Francisco Lindor leading things off and takes a strike. Fastball for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
The shortstop takes the ball. And down on strikes. 1 out in the top of the first.
Well, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Leaps at the wall, but can't haul it in. Not stopping. He's going for 3. He's safe, and that's a triple off the wall.
Oh, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
One down, runner at third. Here's Juan Soto, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1. Ball 1 there. Next pitch misses. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Just missed.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day 1.
Here's Pete Alonso. Good power, not great in the OBP department. That's in for a strike. That one missed. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Next offering in there for a strike. 1 and 2.
Good pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there. Ronnie Mauricio now.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Owns a 10-game hitting streak right now.
In the air to left center. And it drops in. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Brandon Nimmo now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Just missed.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
And a rope into center field, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single. It's 2-0.
Comes through with the RBI. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
And now Luis Torrens. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Mauricio on third. Nimmo at first. 2 out of the inning.
One ball.
In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing.
Now that's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. But 2 runs for him and they jump ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Mets 2. Back here with my pal Siggy. And on the hill, Kodai Senga. How about a report on him, Chris?
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the DH, Willie Castro. Way upstairs, and that's ball 1. That one missing inside. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat.
Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Jose Miranda stands in now and watches strike 1. Runner at first with no outs here. In the dirt, blocked. Outside low, and that's ball 2. Nobody out, runner at first. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. Quick feed to second for 1. Over to Alonso. Double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Here's Carlos Correa.
He's been on fire at the dish lately. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
That clips the zone, and that's strike 1. 2 out, space is empty. And that's through there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Twins retired in short order. They trail it here 2-0. Back in Minnesota, top of the second, and now here's Jeff McNeil.
McNeil.
For Joe Ryan, the journey's so interesting when you think of a guy who started his college career at Cal State Northridge and then ultimately transferred to a Division II school, Cal State Stanislaus. Right through there for a strike.
James Kingsley working the plate. Kingsley's pretty well respected around the league.
Yeah, when you talk to players, I think consistently he is one of the guys you hear compliments about. Players appreciate the job he does back there.
Yeah, and that's kind of all you can ask for, really, just a fair chance to go out and have success.
That one ripped. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul.
Boog, here's a guy at the plate. I'm expecting to have a good game. He always seems to play better in road games.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. That's inside.
2 strikes.
That one is hammered right field. That's back onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Jose Siri.
And now it's Jose Siri.
Really strong hitting performance recently, working on a 5-game hitting streak.
Swings and misses. Strike one.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him. Gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at-bat?
And that one lifted in the air center field. Brings it in. 2 away now. So the batting order turns over. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Lindor, multi-time All-Star, a member of the 1,000 hit club, a former first-round pick back in 2011. And that's in for a strike. Swung on, belted. And it hits the fence. Around first, digging for 2. And he's safe. It's a wall ball double. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Beatty batting for the second time, and that's strike one. And that's ball 1. That's too low. And it's 2-1.
We got 2 balls.
Lindor on at second with 2 down. And that misses. And that's ball 3. Juan Soto up next for the Mets. And the 3-1. There's a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Man on second, 2 down. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And this one squirts away from the catcher. Up with it, fires to first. That completes the strikeout inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the third baseman, Royce Lewis. Upstairs. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. Breaking ball misses down and away.
2-2 to count.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And there's a ball. Misses, so a leadoff walk.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
And now for the Twins, Matt Wallner, second in the AL in home runs. Line drive, caught.
Tough play right there as he had to catch an absolute bolt off the bat from a close distance. He was holding that runner on at first, so he really had to get in a good position before the ball was hit to make that play.
Byron Buxton in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Back up the middle and a base hit. The throw to third. And the throw's offline. Safe at third.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Up and in, and it's a ball and a strike. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Two outs, two in scoring position at bottom half of inning number 2. The next pitch misses. Now 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Kicks and fires. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Throw to first. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers. Ryan back to work. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at-bat.
Here's the 0-2. That one missed.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that is downstairs. And it's 2-2.
2 strikes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Strikes him out, went with the sweeper, and it worked. Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Foul ball. One down, base is empty. And downstairs. And that's outside. 2-2. Slice to right, and it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. And that's a 2-bagger.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
1 out, runner at second. So up next for New York, Ronnie Mauricio. On the ground to the left. Correa over to first. 2 gone. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. And that is out of play. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's an RBI single, and they're up by 3.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
Could be extra bases. Coming home. Safe, and they lead by 4. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. It doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. So runner at second, 2 down. Jeff McNeil stands in. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And another ball.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Hit in the air, center field. Buxton moves under it, and that is that. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Mets 4 and the Twins nothing. Back at Target Field, now it's the second baseman, Edouard Julien. The pitch. And that's fouled off. Not even close there. And 1-1.
Ball 2.
And that's a pitch early in this game. He needs called for a strike. Struggling with command issues. He's got to get a little help from the umpire.
Good job to fight that one off. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
This is Willie Castro. First pitch, and he just misses. And there's a ball. 1 out, base is empty. Just missed. And that's a walk. Tried another forkball, but couldn't locate it. So a man at first. So up next for Minnesota, Jose Miranda. In there for strike 1. Right through there for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
That was a tough slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at-bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel the pitch where it looks like a fastball and then late has really good bite, so tough to lay off of, because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you miss. You go back to the dugout shaking your head.
No throw, and that leaves them with runners at first and second. Nimmo quickly gets it back in. Runner puts on the brakes at second, so it's first and second with 2 out. Lewis in the box now. No balls and a strike. First and second, 2 down. Here in the last half of the third. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, this is a higher leverage spot, and I love the way that he's turned things around. He's got 2 outs now ahead in this count, and he can pretty much dictate what's going to happen next in terms of the pitch sequence.
And that's down and away. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Castro, the lead runner, out at second. Correa on at first with 2 down. That misses. 3 and 2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. And that'll load the bases.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
Fouled off. He was late. Bases loaded. 2 down. That one in there across the letters.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Fouls it off. Still 1 and 2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ball.
They get the force out to escape a bases-loaded jam unscathed. Twins leave the bases loaded. They're down 4-0. And we're back. Now at the plate, Jose Siri.
Leading off for the
I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
In the air, right field, Wallner. And he makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
The batter, the shortstop, Francisco.
So the lineup
Lindor
flips over. Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets. 1 for 2. And a foul ball. There's the strike. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Danny Coulombe appears to be getting loose. Sands, the right-hander, also getting loose. Pitch is in the dirt. It's a ball and 2 strikes. This one in the air, center field. Hauls it in, 2 away.
The third baseman, number 7, Brett
Beatty will hit next. 1 for 2 in the game. He tripled and scored in the first. That's in there. That's strike 1.
He's done a great job getting the first 2 outs. Want to get this number 2 hitter, get back in the dugout, and face 3, 4, 5 next inning.
Ripped on a line. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Back in Minnesota. Here's the center fielder, Byron Buxton.
The center fielder.
When you examine Buxton's career trajectory, the thing that really jumps out, the speed and the defense early on. That one ripped, but foul.
Well, these Twins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. The numbers kind of speak for themselves with the 4 walks. They've done a great job of not trying to do too much and just staying disciplined.
That pitch in for a strike, and the count 1 and 2.
Another thing I love is how they've allowed the game to come to them. They're not forcing the issue when they're on offense, and when you force and get anxious, it starts being a lot more likely that you'll let those pitchers off the hook.
Still 2 and 2 after the foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Ryan Jeffers at the
Now
plate.
batting,
His
catcher,
first at bat was a strikeout.
Shepard.
Well, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Swings through that one above the zone.
Well, you know this guy wants to pitch up, something that he can hit hard and drive over the wall, but you've got to set your sights down a little bit. You can't lose your discipline and go after a pitch that you just can't do anything with.
Base is empty, one away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Next one misses. It's 2-2. Almost got him.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Quite the start to this game on the mound, looking
left
very
fielder,
dangerous to
number
these
9,
hitters. 7 punch-outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Larnach in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. That one drifts inside. Swings through that one.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
2 down, nobody on. That one outside, and it's 3-2. Outside, and that is ball 4.
He just hasn't had great command of his pitches
Now
in this
back,
one.
second
Definitely more
baseman,
walks than you'd like to see.
Julian.
The next to hit takes ball 1.
1-0.
That one misses. That's 5 straight.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life.
Castro in the box again, takes a strike.
0-1's the count.
In the air on the infield, Beatty. And that's the 3rd out. Twins strand a pair. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score.
Pitching for
We're
the
back,
Twins,
and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Danny Coulombe.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for
Leading
him.
off with the net.
Now
the right
here is
fielder,
Juan Soto. He is struck out, and he is walked. First pitch misses. Soto in his 7th season, 26 years old, and he's a former home run derby champ. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swings and misses, and now 1 away. Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. And that one off the outside edge. That one's in there, and the count is 1-1.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Ripped to third and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
2 outs, base is empty. Next is the designated hitter, Ronnie Mauricio. And first offering is fouled off. That's out to center field. Makes the catch, inning over. Bottom of the inning, and now for the Twins, Jose Miranda.
The first baseman, Jose Miranda.
Ball one there.
Well, these Twins doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They've been able to get a lot of hitters on base today thanks to the 6 walks they've been gifted, and I would imagine the pitching coach is losing his mind over in that other dugout.
On the ground, out to short. Jump throw across his body. It's there, and that's a great play.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution. Here in the 5th inning, and here he is about to throw his 100th pitch. Man, he's really had to grind through to get to this point. Now just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game.
Now Correa up to hit. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. 2 down. Here's Royce Lewis. And that one clips the corner. Next offering is fouled back.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
And 1-2.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Next offering misses down and away. And down on strikes he goes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing here for the Twins. They trail it here 4-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. Coulombe back to work. Ball 1, no strikes. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
1-1.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. And there's a strike.
0-1.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top half of the 6th. In there at the knees, 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
One down, base is empty.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground to third. On to first.
He's out.
2 up, 2 down. So digging in, Jeff McNeil. 0 for 2 in this one. Gets the call. It's 0-1. And strike 2.
0-2.
Next
Nope, that's
offering
down.
is down low. Out towards right center field. And that will fall. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
And the batter now, Jose Siri. It's through for a hit. And now 2 aboard. Back to the top of the Mets order. Here's Francisco Lindor. 1 for 3. That's a hit. McNeil headed home. Throw is offline and he scores. It's 5-0.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now the number 2 hitter, Brett Baty. Tap foul at the plate. Siri at third. Lindor at first. 2 out of the inning. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Wallner makes the play, and that is that. Back in Target Field, bottom of the 6th inning. And now for the Twins, Matt Wallner. Paul Blackburn gets the ball now. He's making his 4th appearance of the season.
Now pitching for the
That one a little bit high, and that is ball 1.
Paul Blackburn.
Ball, that's inside.
This one lifted in the air, left field. Nimmo makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. Here's Byron Buxton. Foul ball there. Blackburn, a former All-Star. He throws a cutter, a 4-seamer, a changeup, a slider, and he works in a sinker. Fouled off left side. The Mets leading by 5 here in the bottom of the 6th. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
That pitch in for a strike, and it's 2-1. That one lined to the left field, and that's base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Two outs. Off the mark there. Ball 1. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 1 left for Minnesota. It's 5-0.
Pitching for
Welcome
the
back.
Twins,
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound.
44.
Cole Sands.
Cole.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Nope.
That one is absolutely belted. Up against the wall and brings it in.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Alonso, batting with one down, takes a strike. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
0-2 is the count. One ball, two strikes.
And they'll do it again. Glove side, but it gets through. Now he'll turn for second. Still finds a way to get off a throw. And he'll reach second with one away.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was
Designated
nicely done to beat the odds. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch.
Lined into left center, and that should be extra bases. Alonso is waved home. He will score.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
Nimmo stands in now and watches strike one. Fouled off to the right. Mauricio leads off second with one gone in the inning. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. In the air, foul off first. Miranda makes the catch, and that'll do it. 2 hits and they leave one.
Leading off
Welcome
for
back.
the Twins,
Taking a look at our
the
game
second
summary.
baseman, Edward Julian.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. And
Well,
another
that's off the
ball.
plate.
On the corner for a strike. Now 2-1.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The 2-2. And that's too high.
3-2.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That K is his third of the game. And here's the Twins leadoff guy, Willie Castro. Popped in the air, left field. They got it for out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman.
2 down, base is empty. And next for Minnesota, Jose Miranda. Cut on and lifted in the air. Nimmo ranging after it. And that is the third out of the inning. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
That's down and in. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Lewis makes the play. One away.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun. And I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze. And it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, that would have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. 2 outs, base is empty. And now it's Frankie Lindor. Fastball is outside. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. The throw comes in too late. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first.
No problem beating out the infield hit right there. Good hustle getting down the line. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult.
To first, that's out number 3. And we're back, bottom of the 8th. And here comes Carlos Correa. First pitch swinging, and it's a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics.
Now
Hits
batting,
against a firm
third
front
baseman,
side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Lewis stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Got him to chase one above the zone there.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Yeah, the 1-2 misses to even the count. Correa gets his lead at first with nobody out. This to third. Beatty. There's one. Over to Alonso. Double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double
Now
play. That was a
right
thing of
fielder.
beauty from start to finish.
Walner.
2 down, base is empty. Matt Wallner, the next Twin up to hit. And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that extends the inning. So up next, Byron Buxton. Strike on the inside corner.
0-1's the count.
And that one is inside. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. And that ends the inning. Twins wind up stranding 1. Still up again. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Brock Stewart.
pitching
He's
for the
pitching on
Twins.
2 days rest.
Number 61. Brock Stewart.
Soto leading things off and takes a strike. Some movement in the Twins bullpen. Aberson Castellano up and loosening in the pen. Woods Richardson also getting ready. In there at the knees. That is strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The next offering misses. 1-2 the count. That one ran inside, almost got him.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Up next,
man at first, nobody out. And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso. Misses again, 5 in a row. Now 1-1. The Mets up big in this one here at the top of the ninth. Outside low, and it's 2-1.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Ronnie Mauricio up now for the Mets.
Ronnie Mauricio.
And that one hammered. And that's going to bang against the wall. Lead runner holds at third. So 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. In the zone for a strike. That was the sweeper. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. He flexes his power with that swing. It's his 8th home run of the year, and they boost their lead. It's 9-0.
He's been so difficult to pitch against lately. It seems like no matter how you attack him, he finds a way to punish you. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Brock Stewart won't go any further, and as he heads for the dugout. On the mound now for the Twins, Justin Topa.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
1 out, base is empty. Now here is Luis Torrens. Out to center. Buxton snags it for the 2nd out.
The batter, number 1.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. Line drive. And that is that. Mets get 3 on this homer. It's now 9-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Blackburn back to work. That one close, ruled a ball. 1-0. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Siri makes the grab, and there's one down.
The left fielder, number 9.
Here's Trevor Larnach. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away. So it's their last chance in this one. Now it's the second baseman, Edouard Julien. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
And that one pulled foul. One strike away. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9. Got it. And that'll do it.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
9-0 your final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.